if you've played Marvel Rivals for long enough, you probably realize that the game has a huge problem. And no, I'm not talking about Venom's ass. Aside from the crippling porn addiction that the game character is trying to give you, from all these fucking skins that just have all ass out all the time, playing the game as anything but DPS, in most cases, feels like dragging your balls through nails and glass. That being said, playing support sucks fucking balls and is no fun. Not only because you have to babysit a whole team of dumbasses, but aside from that, Ultron and Loki are the only other supports that I enjoy playing in this game. I do not like playing Luna Snow. I do not like playing Mantis. I'm not like playing Adam. I'm not like playing Rocket. I do not like playing. Who else is a fucking support? Invisible Woman? They are all just no fun to play in this game from someone who mains Spider-Man. Playing Spider-Man, honestly, when I have to swap, it leaves me, because I main Spider-Man, anytime I need to flex into the tank role, I can just play Venom, because Venom kind of fits the Spider-Man playstyle. You're still playing a dive character, you still have the web swing, and I mean, you still have a spider on your chest, but I guess that's just cosmetic. But he kind of fits the playstyle that I learned while playing Spider-Man. There are no characters that carry over this playstyle for support, which fucking suck. There are only 9 support characters in this game compared to the fucking 22 DPS characters. The DPS characters outnumber the tanks and supports combined. The problem I have with going from Spider-Man to Venom to trying to play support does not only apply to my playstyle, it applies to many playstyles throughout the game. The DPS roster has a variety of playstyles that do not get carried over into the support role. Examples of this would be Wolverine, Hela, Namor, Widow. All of these characters do not have a specific support counterpart that kind of carries over in the way you're supposed to play these characters while being a support. So if you learned any of these characters, just as an example, you do not have anyone that kind of mimics or carries over their playstyle once you have to swap into a support character. So you're just kind of screwed, making the support role suck incredible amounts of ass to play. See, we're going to fix that. And how might you ask? By making as many popular Marvel characters into supports as possible. We kind of fix 2 problems. One, by fixing the problem that I mentioned, that there are no characters that carry over from DPS to support. And 2, by not allowing NetEase to fucking make OCs for us to play in this game. No, I do not want to play as some made up fucking character that NetEase just decided to make up before we get like the millions upon thousands of fucking Marvel comic book original characters that already fucking exist. Since I started this video by complaining about my playstyle and me being a Spider-Man main, what better way to fix this problem by just having the other Spider-Man turn into a healer? And I'm gonna preface this that I'm not gonna go as in depth in this video trying to make up kits and abilities for any of the characters that I name in this video. One, because I'm pretty confident that the Marvel Rivals dev team is creative enough, as well as the community in general is probably just a lot more creative than I am when it comes to these things. So I'm gonna leave it up to them, but I'm gonna just give them ideas of what characters should become supports or could become supports and fit into the game. I mean, they turned Loki and Adam Warlock, who is pretty much fucking Superman for the Guardians team, into a support. So thing worked, which is why I mentioned Spider-Man. Turning Miles Morales into a support would kind of fix the problem of having too many one-trick DPS Spider-Mans that go fucking 2-8 in every fucking game. Imagine now that 2-8 Spider-Man can swap into another Spider-Man that now brings some kind of value into the game by healing your ass. It also kind of fixes the problem that there are no real, like, extremely mobile support characters in this game. No one can actually keep up with any of the extremely mobile quick DPS characters that are in the game, as well as tanks like Venom and Captain America, or Spider-Man, Psylocke, and Black Panther. Those characters kind of have to run away anytime that they engage. They have to run back. Now imagine they have a support that can kind of tail them around and heal them, as well as dealing damage, and just adding a bunch of more value into the game. I mean, Ultron kind of has this a little bit, but it's not really the same feeling as being able to swing around as a very high mobility support character. So this is just one of the reasons why I feel like I just want Miles to be able to make it into the game and be a support character. I really do not like the feeling of feeling like I have concrete on my legs while I'm playing the support character. Because god damn, bro, I do not know how you Adam players are surviving playing character that feels that fucking slow. This man can fly in one of his fucking outros, bro. He can fly in canon. One of his powers is supersonic flight, but your character feels like he's been crippled. Which leads me on to my next character, which kind of fits the same archetype, which is Nightcrawler. I know a lot of people want Nightcrawler as a DPS, but Nightcrawler can also fit as a support because one of the reasons is he's just extremely fucking mobile, and I want another character that does, as you can probably tell, I want both characters to kind of do damage as well, right? Like I know there's people in the Marvel Rivals community that just enjoy being a heal bot, but I'm not one of those people. And if I have to play support, at least I want to kill people. So making Nightcrawler into a support that can teleport around, that can also like support people from a distance, not from a distance, up close and personal while still doing damage would be incredible. I want a support character that can heal people as I am doing other stuff. I do not want to sit behind babysitting the tank while I could be doing damage and healing people at the same time. I just do not want to do that. In line with this damage and support capabilities that I keep rambling on about, I have a character that I think should have been in the game. They have a nameplate in this game, right? Which is Falcon, which would be another flying support that deals damage, which could also shield a little bit, because he is Captain America currently. They could give him like a bubble or some shit or whatever. We don't have a support character that bubbles people in the game as of current, so having Falcon as a flying support that also does damage, kind of like Ultron, just have his feathers shoot out like feathers or shit that heal people or whatever the fuck, right? It just kind of it just falls in line with the way I want to play the game. And I know I kind of said that there'd be a lot of character playstyles, and I'll get to the other playstyles for the other support characters. But Falcon would just be very interesting. We are missing him anyways, and just making him a support would it adds more to the flying support characters, of which I'm pretty sure Ultron is the only support character that can fucking fly. So another character, which this one is for all the girlies that like all the Twitch streamers that like heal botting people, the Wasp. And Wasp could be pretty simple. I do not know how the fuck they would implement her turning tiny and shit, but Wasp has been a support even in the comics themselves. She's always kind of playing support anyway. Just have her heal a bunch. You can kind of have her play like Mercy or whatever. I really don't know how the fuck you would structure this character, but have her be a heal bot, so that kind of fulfills the role of all the fucking Twitch streamers that like babysitting people, right? Just give her a bit of hit scan, and we're golden. I guess I really don't know why people like this playstyle, but hey, it exists, so might as well turn her into a healer. Next character, Professor X. And Professor X, I think, has been leaked for this game, and I do not know what their fucking plan was to turn him into to make him into this game, like what their original class was for him. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking speak. Was for him, but Professor X, just turn him into a healer. Just make him into a healer version of Emma Frost. Like boom, you can carry over the fucking brain laser or whatever. Give him AoE healing or some shit. I don't fucking know. Make him Ultron. Give him a healing drone that kind of follows people. I don't fucking know how you're gonna do it with Professor X's powers, but Emma Frost as a basis is kind of good enough, I think, right? Where it kind of has people that learned how to play Emma Frost carry over to support without too much difficulty, so pretty simple, I guess. Next, which continues with the mutant, I would say we can bring in the Beast. Again, this is another character that just fits with the support category. This man already feels like a support for the X-Men. There is a bit of Beast, like where I could see Beast as a tank, but I just want more males to be healers. And second, I feel like he could fit the kind of Wolverine, Black Panther-ish play style with climbing up walls and stuff and diving and like grabbing people. Just give him some form of healing capability. He's a scientist. I mean, he can throw potions at people or some shit and heal them. There's like a character in Paladins that has kind of the play style I think he would have, aside from the snake, right? But he could have like a healing puddle or some shit that I feel like could work for Beast's playstyle, and then just make him a brawler or some shit. Like he could be the brawler type support that kind of fits in with the Thing and Magic and any of the other like melee heroes, right, that are kind of up close and personal. And I feel like it just fit, so that's where I would put him. Continuing on with the other X-Men the other X-Men heroes. I have Gambit and Jubilee, and the reason I'm saying these two names together is because I feel like they would have kind of similar. Their powers revolve around shit exploding. And if you're gonna make an exploding type hero, I just feel like they kind of would do the same thing, kind of play the same way, while Gambit would do a little more damage and Jubilee would do a bit more healing, right? Again, Jubilee would kind of fit in for the girlies or the streamers or the players in general that like heal bottom people. So she would kind of be the more thirsty healing for the team, while Gambit would kind of do more damage with his exploding cards, right? While still healing people. Gambit also has the staff that can kind of go and lead into him being a little more brawly or more divey or like just do more damage just in general, that I feel like would fit for his character, so that you don't feel like you're throwing out fucking exploding paper plates or whatever, right? So just keeping a bit of his identity with him doing a little more damage than Jubilee, I feel would kind of make sense in the support category. So editing okay here. For the Jubilee and Gambit part, I want to preface that I feel like Jubilee's explosions would be bigger, while Gambit would throw out a projectile that would then explode into the healing, and Jubilee would kind of do a cone healing explosion like right in front of your character. This is just to kind of not make it seem like they play the same. Let's say Gambit could have more ranged healing, while Jubilee has more close up. Needs to be closer to you to their team to be able to heal them. Just simple differences like that. But again, everything I said kind of still stands. They kind of have the same play style. Where if you played Gambit close, his explosion would kind of do the same thing that Jubilee would do. That's pretty much it. I think another character that would fit pretty well would be Nova as a healer. This would be another flying healer. So this is 3 flying heroes that I've put into the support category. And Nova's powers are kind of he has a bunch of lasers and cosmic shit that I feel like you could turn into healing abilities, right? While still maintaining his image of doing damage, right? Keeping a bit of his personality with his fucking lasers, allowing him to heal and do damage, right? This is, as you can see, there's a lot of characters that I just want to heal and do damage at the same time, because playing support, I just hate playing the healer bot. So Nova, I really don't have much to say about him except for wanting him to be part of the game as a healer and just adding more flying supports, right? Moving on from Nova, I have Mole Man. Which Mole Man, pretty interesting because he made it into the Fantastic Four movie that just recently released. I imagine Mole Man kind of digging into the ground, playing like a support venture, being able to dig into the ground, throw out more people at you that kind of heal you and follow you around, stuff like that. He could actually be one of the more healing focused instead of damage focused support characters that are probably on this list, aside from the generic heal bot characters that I listed before, right? It could be one of the more heal focused characters. You can give them like an ability to like roll around the ground, dig into the ground and shit, and move around. And fuck, I just realized that I made Jeff the Land Shark. So, whatever. Fuck, we can have another Jeff, right? No one hates Jeff, right? But keeping in line with adding more villains as support characters, I would say we add Mysterio, which Mysterio is one of the more cooler Spider-Man villains, and he has a movie. He in a movie kind of helps with his more recognizability, right? You can give him drones or clones or healing illusions. So it's just another clone character. It kind of fits in for giving more characters, giving more healing characters deployables, like things that stay on the ground that heal people, that kind of have you not really needing to stay there to focus and kind of babysit everyone, right? You can kind of move around, giving them a little bit more mobility. That kind of has the playstyle of Loki that I really like, but without you having to necessarily shoot at them, I guess. Or you can even have his drones kind of function like Ultron, but you can apply more drones or stuff like that. It's just a more mobile, not a more mobile, a more bunkered down support character that I feel. It kind of adds to the playstyle for characters like Penny, who kind of just put something down on one place and kind of just stay there, just kind of hold the point. I feel like Mysterio could feel for those characters, right? Because if you learn how to play Penny, you don't really have anyone else that kind of has Penny's playstyle, where you just put something down and just kind of put booby traps everywhere, right? So you could have that, but they heal instead for Mysterio. It also kind of brings kind of makes Phoenix more powerful because Phoenix is all to destroy structures and stuff and summons, but there are not a lot of summons in this game to begin with. So, and the last character that I have in here, specifically for this video, is the Vision. And Vision has a lot of powers. Vision is kind of a weird character. He can fit into all categories, but for support Vision, you can kind of get very creative. You can even make shields, right? Be a supportive shield character, throw out, I don't know, intangibility, shape shifting, his lasers and stuff. You could have the dev team could be very creative. The community also could be very creative with how they make Vision into a support character. I feel like it would be very fucking simple to just make him a support character. But I can't for the life of me. I said it's fucking simple, but I can't for the life of me think up a kit that would fit, right? But yeah, there's a lot to play with. He's a very versatile character. I don't know why he hasn't been mentioned at all, just in general. He is one of the characters that people know about a lot. So general MCU Marvel watchers who kind of know Vision and be like, oh shit, I know this character. Maybe he looks cool, so let's just play Vision, something like that, right? And that's kind of the point of this list, making a bunch of characters that are either recognizable or cool into support characters so that more people are just inclined to play the support character or just have a play style that kind of fits with the way they play DPS in the first place. So Vision would be pretty simple to turn into a support character, and that rounds out all the characters that I had in this list that I could just name off the top of my head, right? I know a lot of the kits that I mentioned are very bare bones, and I couldn't be bothered to make any detailed kits for any of these characters. Like I mentioned before, the Marvel Rivals dev team and community are probably a lot more creative and qualified to be able to make kits for these characters, but this is just so that we have more support characters and not have to suffer through not being able to, no one wanting to play support, or there just being not support characters that intrigue you as a player to be able to play support and kind of swap when your team needs you to. This would just make it a lot more enjoyable to play support characters. Imagine having teams where people actually want to be the support character because their favorite character is either a support or their playstyle kind of carries over. So you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to do all that YouTube stuff, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're feeling kind of generous and want to help support the channel, there are links in the description that'll help you do that. It helps me maintain the YouTube channel and keep going. I'll see you guys around.